Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast 184 for Tuesday the 24th of October 2023. I'm your host Mark Webb, gamertag Webby360G, and joining me today is...
Starfield is shit, it's Nick Fights.
And that's it, just myself and Nick.
And Sensei Switch.
Woo, Sensei Switch is at a Final Fantasy concert in London at the minute.
That's good.
The
Could have invited us, couldn't he?
Symphony. So basically, it's just orchestral music from Final Fantasy 14.
Just 14. Oh, I don't want to go there.
Just 14, yeah.
Yeah. I'd go to just 8, but...
Oh.
But that'd be nice. That's something to talk about next week if he's on, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's all good. So Graham is coming on as well, but he is working at the minute. He'll be back probably in about 15-20 minutes. So he'll jump on when he's back from work, which is fine, but Nick has an early morning, so we didn't want to be waiting too much longer. So we thought we'd start now, and then Graham can pop in when he's here. We don't have loads of games to talk about this week. Some of the games I've been playing, I won't be able to talk about for long anyway, which is fine. It's just that time of the year. I guess there's more games coming out because we've got Alan Wake 2's out this coming week, I believe. So I was watching a video on that today, Nick, actually, the Alan Wake 2.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really good. However...
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
No, I'm not getting it on launch because I've got too much other shit I want to play and finish first. One of the main reasons is because it's
digital only.
Digital only.
Yeah, I'm not paying 70 quid for a digital only game.
Yeah, or single player games, I tend to buy the discs because I normally, like something like that, I would probably complete in a week or two, and then I'd trade it in or sell it or something. Whereas obviously you can't do that. And the annoying thing is, as well, is obviously you got it on console, which is fine. You can use your Bing points, I guess. But the problem is, like on PC, where I'd want to get it, it's only on Epic Games Store.
Well, that's annoying. Is that not dead yet?
And I just don't like using the Epic Games Store because I've literally own no games on there.
But then it's like, so you're waiting because one, it's digital and it's only on Epic.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to wait. I suppose it's going to be a year exclusive, possibly 6 months before it comes to Steam. So a lot of people are going to be waiting for that. And then also, like with me, a lot of people are going to wait for if it comes out physical. It's more, even though I love Alan Wake, and that's one of my favourite games on the 360 and stuff, it's like I just don't want to support the decision to only be digital.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't... If it was an indie game and it was only £30, then I'm like, all right. But I just don't agree with that because, you know, I don't know who's publishing it. Is it like a big sort of...
Epic. It's Epic, which is why it's on the Epic Store.
Yeah, I mean, they've got enough money to bloody make discs. I mean, they've done stuff like that before, haven't they? So they've... You know, and I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's just more nails going into the physical media thing, which, because obviously they want us to get away and go all digital, and people just don't want to, do they? Because, like I said, you can buy games, you can sell them, you can lend them to your mates, you know, you can. Well, I don't know if people still do that now.
I mean, I'm normally not that bothered because I get most of my games on PC anyway, so.
Yeah, but then but the reason you get them on PC and Steam is that they're cheaper on there.
Yeah.
And that's Steam, ever since Steam came out, that was digital only platform, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And also, who has, you know, CD drives in their computers anymore?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so we know where we know what we're getting, but then, I don't know if is that still the case? Like, you know, the brand new games that are like 60 quid or whatever they are you still getting cheaper on Steam and then obviously CD keys for like 35, 40 quid?
So
or is that
to be honest, Steam games are normally about 40, 50 quid.
Yeah.
To be fair, Alan Wake 2 is right. So I look on CD keys, right?
Yeah.
They've only got keys for the Xbox version, and they're all sold out. £43.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no keys for Epic because Epic they normally don't do keys for Epic. You see, so yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but as I say, it looks good. It does look good. I was a big fan of the first game. But again, it's going to be another game on what I'm going to wait on because I'm still want to finish a few other games anyway that I've on my backlog. And the problem is, right, I'll talk about the games now. Well, I'm playing a lot of games which kind of just never end. Like they have seasons and shit like that. And then I'm not really.
Yeah. I got in that before where I was trying to, when we were playing Fortnite and Warzone and then Apex, and I was like,
yeah,
you can't keep up with all that. I think those are games where you only play that one game and that's your game. It's hard to play multiple or even other games as well as those because you're like, oh, I can't really play this game because I've only got 4 days left to finish the season pass, or not the season pass,
I know what you
the
mean.
battle pass, and I really need to get that skin, and then you get the skin and you're like, no, I'm going to go back to using it. I know, but it's the fear of missing out thing and what they sort of prey on you and stuff like that. But
so one of the games that has seasons and I've got back into this week quite heavily is Diablo 4. Now, I bought Diablo. Well, this is the thing, right? I bought Diablo 4 twice when it came out because I bought it on PC and Xbox.
What'd you do that for?
Well, okay. So my theory was I could do co-op with the missus, but she
like couch co-op.
Well, she could play on the Xbox and I could play on the PC.
Right.
At the same time, we could do co-op, but she hasn't been doing any gaming at all because she's just like the kids just completely just knacker her out. So she hasn't really been.
Well, yeah, they're at the stage now where they can run around faster than what she can. So
yeah, so but it's been handy for me because this new season, the first couple of days, they disabled the crossplay because they were having some issues with the update.
That kind of sucks.
But it's sorted now. But it was handy for me, you see, because Darren was on Sensei.
Yeah.
And I managed to get quite a bit of co-op in with him, which was really good. And obviously when the cross-play's not working, if I only had the PC version, I wouldn't have been able to do that because he has the Xbox version, right? So
that's going down a lot in price now, isn't it? Like I've noticed that Diablo, you can get that on Xbox, and that only seems to be Xbox, and like for 30 quid, I've seen it.
Yeah, so it's literally it was one of those games where it released on Battle.net on PC and obviously on the consoles. And when did it come out? Oh, fucking ages ago, towards the beginning of the year, wasn't it? So
yeah, was it like June, July, or am I confusing that with Baldur's Gate?
Oh, I can't remember the launch date now.
Let's just say 6 months. That'll do.
Oh yeah, it's around then. I'm just going to have a look online. June the 5th. Yeah, you're right.
I was
yeah. So that July, August, September, October.
4 months.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It feels longer than that.
Yeah, I think we're confusing it with another game. I think there was something. I'm sure there was something like that came out earlier as well.
Anyway, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so obviously when it come out, I loved it. I thought it was great. I completed the story and I had a great time with it. Yeah, it was and then I finished it and I put it down, and then I was like, I can't be asked to do season 1 because I had to make a new character and it just seemed a bit boring. And then they released the new season 2 this week. the Season of Blood, where you get vampire powers and stuff like that.
So, question. So, if you miss these seasons, is that it, or can you just go? You can play through
No,
whatever
that's
at
it.
your
You
own.
miss it. You miss it.
Oh no, that sucks.
So every season you got to make a new character. That's the thing. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to be fucking annoying. But I'm actually quite liking it because I'm playing it completely different now. So I started off with a rogue, which had like a crossbow and a couple of blades. Whereas this time I've gone for sorcerer, and it's just a completely different style of playing it. Which is pretty cool because you've got all your different magic powers and stuff like that. So, and there just seems to be quite a lot of content to do. Not really story content, but just loads of events going on the map, loads of stuff to work towards in the season. There is a season pass you can purchase, but fuck that, I'm not doing that. I'm just enjoying it, and I've been doing some co-op with Sensei Switch and Frosty from the community as well. So. I've been enjoying that.
Been in party chat with that, or are you just playing?
Yeah, I know in party chat. Yeah. Either Discord or just Xbox party chat.
I don't think I've done any party chat for like probably 2 years.
Wow.
I haven't done any since War. Yeah, because I got a thing where I was playing Warzone like 2 years ago. It was the last time I played, so it's the last time I did any kind of party chat thing.
Wowzers, trousers. Yeah, so yeah, really enjoying it, mate. To be honest, it's as I say, because I've not played it for ages. It's just good, and and I've got options because I can play it on my Xbox downstairs. I can play it on my PC or play it on my Steam Deck. And it's been what's the word? With the latest update, they've made it run better on the Steam Deck as well. So it runs really smooth and it looks good as well. So it's kind of the perfect little game to play when you're sitting on the sofa on a handheld, because with the season stuff, you can just go and do the world events and not really think about it, and just kill shit, So that's how I'm really enjoying it a lot. Just playing it like that, to be honest, which is really, really good. And it's just fun doing the co-op with people, just going around, doing dungeons, doing the world events. It holds up well. And, I think, there was a lot of people complaining about the game when it come out and about the end game and stuff like that. But I think they've really learned the lesson, because Season 1 everyone moaned about. And then Season 2, they seem to have listened to what a lot of the community have said about it. And vastly improved it, to be honest. So
I really played. I mean, I played Diablo 3, but I remember that came out on like PC and 360. But then they brought it out like the Ultimate something edition on Xbox One, and I think it was going like really cheap, like 10 or 12 quid. I think I played through that in like a few weeks, and I enjoyed it. But in my head, I was like, oh, well, they're going to do similar to Street Fighter. Like, next year's going to be another edition and all these expansion passes. And eventually they'll release, Diablo 4 Ultimate for like 30 quid. And that'll have everything in it. And like I said, I've got so many games to play as is. I've watched a few people stream that. And the same with Baldur's Gate 3. I got really tempted with... It was when I got tempted with some of the cutscenes and FMVs for that, and then I watched people play it on Twitch, and I see it's just top down, and it's just like an old fashioned MMO type game, just like hundreds of like hotkey buttons at the bottom, and I'm like, nah, I just ain't got the energy for something like that. I'll just, I could just watch a YouTube video where they've like cropped all the FMVs together if I wanted to, but
that's, I mean,
nice to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think Baldur's Gate for me is such a great game.
Yeah, I might look again when it comes on Xbox in a few months. I don't know if it's because they said 2024 was probably get delayed till next year now, won't it?
Well, no, I think they're pretty adamant it's coming out before Christmas.
Yeah, but we're nearly the end of October now. So if they haven't said it, but then it's digital only as well, and another one that's digital only.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's digital only on PlayStation, Steam.
Is
They
it?
didn't
I
brought
didn't
it.
even know that. I mean, obviously on
Yeah.
PC, yeah, but I didn't
I'm pretty
know.
sure it's digital only. They're saying, "Oh, we may release a physical edition later," and I'm just like, "Well,
That's a bit silly, isn't it?
yeah, it's just weird. Why can't they go down?" I mean, I suppose that's being cheeky as well. Like, just say to them, "Look, we can't because we're not a huge studio or whatever." Just
Well, they
say,
are,
we're,
yeah.
I know they are, but that's a lot of them just pleading. They're just testing the waters to see if they can do it, and then next year they'll bring out the disc version and they'll get both, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They'll get the people who want to buy it on disc, the people who buy it a year later, and they'll get the people, and some people might buy it twice. I mean, they did it with Sonic twice. I mean, I didn't buy the physical version, but they got me twice for that, where I bought the digital and then the physical version come out.
You're mad.
I am mad. You're right. I'm quite mad, but that's just. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it. You know, I understand little indie games that are cheap. I get it, but these bigger companies doing it, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
But I do like the look of that. Actually, I like the Megan Fox adverts for Diablo 4. That was the best part. Is she in it?
No.
Oh, Gus ruined it. I don't want it now.
Yeah. So yeah, really enjoying Diablo. It's nice just being back into it and just having a good time, just enjoying it. And not it's one of those games you don't have to think. You just run around pressing buttons and destroying mobs.
That's what I did when I played 3. I was enjoying it. It's the loot thing as well. Oh, I've got. Oh, that's a purple one. You know. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that's and you're upgrading stuff, and then you're doing more levels to upgrade more stuff, and it's that little kind of adrenaline rush and things like that, and there's like so many. I don't know if it's like this now. There was so many different difficulty levels on 3. I think there was like 6 or 7 difficulty levels, which is nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Put on to Nubbenstein mode and away you go, mate.
Yeah, that's how I roll. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting to the stage now where I'd just if it got to the stage where they had like AI easy mode, then they'd just play the game for me and I'd just like hold the controller and watch the game.
Huh? Oh dear.
It's coming.
Taking a bit of a step too far for me, mate.
Yeah. Well, no, that's Twitch. That's people watching people on Twitch, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's Diablo 4. Really, can't really say much more on it. I'm just I was quite keen to get back onto it, obviously because I'd paid for it. I bought it twice. Plus, I'd got on the PC the Super Duper Ultimate Edition as well. So, want to try and get my money's worth, really. You know.
That's what happens especially when you buy the Ultimate or you buy the season passes or expansion passes. If you've paid for it, you think you have to.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a bit cheeky. If that's a paid for thing and they turn it off, that's a bit. You know, maybe they'll turn it all back on next year when year 2 happens or something, so people can catch up.
Cool. Yeah. So that is Diablo.
Oh, I heard a bing bong. Is that someone come into the podcast recording?
Oh yeah, Graham's there. Hello, Graham. How you doing, mate?
How are you? Not bad.
Yeah. So you've just missed me talking about Diablo for 20 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. I did play the beta actually.
And you didn't buy the full game. I am disappointed in you.
Well, the trouble is the game came out at a time when I was skint, basically. So I haven't got round to it, unfortunately. And I did play quite a lot of the previous one. So it's on my list of things to buy when I have some money.
I get that. Maybe that's what we were thinking of. Where the beta came out a few months towards the beginning of the year. Maybe that's what we were thinking of when it came out.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it was over the summer. I'm sure it was over the summer. It was in July or June or July or something,
Yeah.
and they ran it open for a weekend earlier in the year, and then they had it open for everyone in June or July, I think.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, Graham, if you look, I think they put it like a lot on hot UK deals and Xbox. I think they did or either are doing or did a free weekend, so you can play and download that for like a whole weekend. So
Yeah, it's one of
quite
those. Yeah, I think when it came out, it was like 70 quid or 65 quid in a lot of places. And like a lot of people, I was just waiting for the deals to sort of start on it before I jumped in on it, really.
Yeah, well, I was saying this. You can see it on hot UK deals. A lot of places on Xbox, it's like £30 now.
Oh, there you go. That's a price that I can potentially stretch to, really.
Which is pretty quick.
Yeah.
But that's also because, obviously, because that's all part of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And I think Phil Spencer did an interview, and he said that none of those games will come to Game Pass this year, but they'll look at that next year. So a lot of Diablo and Call of Duty deals, they're all getting voted cold, and people go, it'll come to Game Pass soon. So they're actually struggling. I think the Xbox version of Call of Duty seems to be 10 to 15 quid cheaper than PC and PS5 at the moment, because there's people buying it because they're assuming
it'll be on Game Pass or something. Yeah.
I mean, they've said they'll do that, and they have done that with all their other ones. So it wouldn't surprise me, especially with COD, that they're not allowed, as part of this 10-year thingy deal they signed, that they're not allowed to have the newest one out, on Game Pass day one. It wouldn't surprise me if there's some sort of, whether 6 months or 12 months, that they'll let
because they were selling they were sort of selling their cloud streaming of the same properties, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, I suppose, from a business perspective, anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh,
if I was them, I'd just release it on Game Pass day one. I wouldn't care what the rest of them say. But obviously, those are the terms in the contracts they signed, so they could buy. Because obviously PlayStation, a lot of other companies really put on their parts, which I suppose they've got to do. When you get like monopoly rules, and they don't want companies owning everything, because then there's no competition. So I sort of get why something like that, spending how many billions was it? Like something like 70 billion they paid.
Stupid money, yeah.
Yeah, so I understand why someone's going to spend that much money on something. They've got to cross all the I's and dot all the T's and make sure everything's legit. So I get why that took. I think it took just over 2 years.
Yeah,
it took ages. Yeah.
It was a long time, wasn't it?
Too fucking long.
But like you say, there's a lot of money at stake. So they want to be careful.
Yep. You could bring back all these old IPs and then realise that they went away for a reason, because they were crap and no one wants them.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely. Sunset Overdrive, bring it back.
God. To listen to the rest of this week's episode, which is over 2 hours long, you need to subscribe to the Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. From there, you can sign up from as little as £5 a month to get a full episode every single week of the year. So sign up today to listen to the rest of this week's episode, where we discuss the rumours of the Switch 2, PS5 Pro, loads of games, including Spiderman 2, iRacing, Forza, Call of Duty, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and more. So again, that website is patreon.com/360gamercast.